It's New Year's Day, and today we're continuing our World of Warships series by talking about the ships in YouTube, and what a great way it is to start off the Michael Benitez YouTube channel season of 2019. What's up? I'm Mike Benitez, and today we're going to be doing another episode of World of Warships. I believe this is episode 2, and today we're going to be talking about a Japanese battleship. The first one we did was a German battleship, the Frederick de Grosse, but this one we're going to be doing a Japanese battleship. This is the Japanese battleship Yamato. Now let's see how good this ship is in World of Warships. As we all know, Yamato is based the game's Yamato is based on the world-famous Japanese battleship built for the Imperial Japanese Navy in World War II in 1941, Yamato. She was the flagship of the Imperial Japanese Navy until replaced by her sister ship Musashi in 1943. We'll be doing her in the next video. But a key thing for Yamato was she was the biggest battleship. She was the heaviest battleship in World War II and the biggest battleship in the world. You thought the Iowa class was big or Bismarck? You were wrong. The Japanese went in on top with the Japanese battleship Yamato. However, Yamato's history wasn't very long. On April 7th, 1945, just 4 years into Yamato's life, at the breaking point of the Japanese Imperial Navy, she was attacked by several aircraft from several aircraft carriers during Operation Tengo, the last resort of the Japanese Navy to win World War II. However, Yamato wasn't so lucky. She was hit by numerous bombs and 11 torpedoes. And once she turned over onto her side, there was a massive magazine explosion. She broke in half. 3,055 men were lost out of Yamato's crew of 3,332. Now let's see how Yamato is in World of Warships. As always, she is one of the best battleships in World of Warships. Yamato is a Tier 10 battleship, the highest rank ever in World of Warships, meaning battleship, cruisers, destroyers, or aircraft carrier. Yes, there are aircraft carriers in this game. Now let's see what Yamato is like in World of Warships. Yamato is the second battleship of the game that has the most biggest hits on any ship. The first would be the other another Tier 10 battleship, the German Grosse Kurfürst. She and her sister ship, Musashi, who is also in the game, hold the record for best torpedo protection, which is very different than in real life, as both Musashi and Yamato were not very good at torpedo strikes, and this led to their downfall. Musashi being in 1944 and Yamato being in 1945. Also, Yamato is very maneuverable in the game, despite her large size, which means she can escape any torpedo strikes. However, when playing as Yamato, you want to make sure you have your anti-aircraft guns ready, because this ship is a prone target for any aircraft carriers of the opposing team. You see, Yamato has lots of guns, and the only way to sink Yamato or any other way is to distract the ship by airstrikes. And so if you're an aircraft carrier in the opposing team on team, and if Yamato is on your opposite team, you have to use aircraft carrier. You probably are going to use aircraft carriers because you want to damage Yamato at the point she will sink. So you'll use bombers or torpedo bombers. Also, Yamato has a slow reload time. This could mean that she could be attacked by a ship during her reload. But when attacking a ship, when firing at a ship, it takes a very long time for the shells that reach the target. So you have lots of time to reload. However, due to be one of the biggest ships in the game, Yamato is a prone target to aircraft carriers, which I just mentioned. However, don't be so cocky when as Yamato, because if you are Yamato, then things are gonna go very down for you if any enemy shells penetrate your armor. If they do, you're pretty much dead. But you have to defend yourself at all cost, as well as sink other ships to have your team win most amount of points. Which is a good thing if you're in Yamato, because you always want to have a Yamato in your team. Yamato is one of the best ships, probably the best ship in World of Warships in defending position. But you can wipe ships off the map as Yamato, leaving only an enemy Hindenburg or an enemy Des Moines that can destroy you. But remember what I said, don't get too cocky. And now let's get into the pros and cons about Yamato. She has the best guns in case if a ship is sailing towards you head on, which is a good place to hit a ship when using Yamato. Her guns can give a powerful punch to any battleship that is sailing towards you head on. She has great dispersion with her weapons, but chances of hitting a target, firing at a target 18 kilometers away is pretty challenging. So be sure to not go after a ship that is 18 kilometers away from you. By having a legendary upgrade, your visibility with guns and the reload time will improve drastically, which is a good thing if you want to be one of the best battleships in the game and if you want to win. She has the second largest health pool and heaviest armor in the game, which is very, very good. She has a large quantity of secondaries that can destroy a destroyer within minutes. Legendary upgrades also improves Yamato's very skill to be nearly overpowering. Her turrets have insane armament that can deflect any shell, except for tier 10, like how Yamato's a tier 10 battleship. So in the case of Grosser Kurfürst, you're pretty much done for if you get hit by one of her shells. But make sure you're facing against not tier 10 ships. One important rule is that no ship is safe when facing Yamato, even an enemy Yamato herself. Her guns are so powerful they can destroy a battleship bow on, which is very excellent. So if you're a battleship of the opposing team, if you see an enemy Yamato, run for your life. But if you are Yamato and you see an enemy Yamato, give it a shot. Try to destroy the other Yamato, but make sure if you're on the opposing team, you are not safe when facing Yamato. Firing any shell of 20 kilometers will create a zone to deflect any other shells from hitting you, but not in the case of many other shells that can still penetrate your armor. The amount the shells leave Yamato to the target is very respectable, even though it might be long at large distances. But still, take your time. You're one of the biggest battleships in the game, but remember what I said earlier, don't get too cocky when facing an enemy opponent, like Frederick the Grosse, Musashi, or Grosser Kurfürst. Yamato has the longest range in the game at 26.6 kilometers. However, spotting aircraft can make it up to 32 kilometers, which means Yamato can hit any ship across the entire map. So make sure you're not facing a Yamato. Even though Yamato may seem unstoppable, she still has some downfalls. So let's see the downfalls of Yamato, and maybe these will teach you about if you ever play World of Warships as Yamato. Yamato is very large, which means even though she is smaller than Izumo and Grossa Curvers, this means that having a large size, she can be hit by any shells at long range distances, or even short range distances. If many opposing ships are around you, you're pretty much dead, as any warship will stand no. Even though I said any ship would mean no match for Yamato, you're still a huge threat. If you don't have any you still have a huge threat. If not any friendly ships are around you, and if any enemy ships spot you, you better fight to the death, or you're pretty much dead. Any ship can attack Yamato. But make sure to stay hidden as Yamato, because if you are visible, ships will come after you from all sides. Even though she is armed to the teeth, her turrets take at least 60 seconds for a full 180 turn, which means she is vulnerable to any torpedo strikes or bomb strikes or any other shell attacks. Even the legendary upgrade can help Yamato in this. A long rudder shift time means that Yamato's rudder will not be a command will not respond for a long time, which means that you are very vulnerable to any torpedo strikes, and just hope that you give the command to move to port or starboard at the right time. Yamato's anti-aircraft guns are only short range. Even if this happens, her 127mm guns can put a devastating output for the opposing team on all of the opposing team. And the last con for Yamato, don't be at an improper angle, because if you are in an improper angle, you can be hit by any shell type or torpedoes or bombs. So by learning these cons, please make sure when you as Yamato don't be snobbish or cocky, because if you do, it will be the end of you in the case of Yamato. But remember what I said, Yamato's one of the biggest battleships in the game, and she is armed to the teeth, so use this as your advantage. Yamato has 8 signal flag slots, which means she can be protected. By using any of these flags, she can be protected at all costs. So use this also to your advantage. And here are the 6 upgrades for Yamato, which means anti-propeller, steerability, and weaponry. For me personally, Yamato is one of my favorite all-time battleships in World of Warships, and also one of my favorite battleships at all in real life. But if you remember what I said, if you use these pros and if you remember these cons I just mentioned in this video, you'll make sure that you'll be able to withstand any attack from any ship or aircraft. But please remember the aircraft part. Yamato, one-sided, is very vulnerable to airstrikes. So be careful as Yamato. Thank you guys for enjoying this video, but in the next video, I'll be talking about another battleship in World of Warships, that being Yamato's younger sister, Musashi. Have fun playing World of Warships as Yamato, and be strong.